And, there's one question that you need to ask yourself. Um, do I want to be right or do I want to be married? It's a really good question because it's going to help you choose the battles that are worth fighting for. Because there's some things that are like, you just got to brush it off and move on. But there's other things that no, you really need it communicated. You need to talk about it. You need to work through it. And if you have the perspective of, no, I want to work toward this because I want my marriage to be that much more refined and better. If you're looking at this at something that you want to talk about or work through, it better have the end result of making the marriage better, not just, well, I'm right. Of course you're right. Doesn't mean that doesn't mean that that's going to make your marriage any better.
And guys, you got to drop, when it comes to the marriage, you got to drop everything. When we were trying for children and it didn't happen and it didn't happen and it didn't happen and it didn't happen. I was involved in the chiropractic community in Michigan with my colleagues, with state association, and just we would get together and um, you know, we would defend the profession and all that. And I a moment hit where it's like, you know what? It's all about her. And I left all that. I left it behind. And I didn't like it, but it's just like I had to put my entire focus on Kathy and our marriage. Even though it didn't take a lot of time out of my month, I had to get that piece of the pie out of my brain and replace it with her. And guys, so whatever comes in your life, I don't care what it is, finances, separation, you need to do what it takes to maintain that marriage, because marriage is a continual building process. We're going to keep building a marriage until the day we transition to eternity. And we're gonna start talking about our recommendations. And Dr. Kathy will agree. You got to put God first and God's word first, because God has it all figured out, folks. And when you really start tapping into the Bible and you start reading his word, the Bible is all about problems and solutions and how God intervenes with that solution.